Hello, hello, hello. What is going on, everybody? You know what it is, you know the vibes. It's your boy XX Canvas 395, and we have the immediate reaction to Topouria scoring the first round knockout over Charles Olivera. Big W's. Let's go. Super excited to talk about all of this, and let's just get straight into it. The fight was very exciting. Um, in the beginning of the first round, at the very beginning, their first exchange between Ilya and Charles, I'm not gonna lie, I thought that Ilya might have been in danger. I did not like that first exchange with Ilya, especially with the leg kicks. It didn't really seem like Ilya was going to have an answer for that. So I think maybe Charles should have worked the legs a little bit more. Um, Definitely an interesting turn of events. Our prediction that we had earlier still stands, which is a W. Um, we streamed earlier on Twitch and we talked about the fight coming up, so we did make a prediction. Our prediction was right. However, we did say it was going to be by decision. Turns out the decision was a knockout. So W. Um, Another W prediction. I believe that's two in a row. We had Marab that we bet on, or that might be three actually. We had Marab, we had Usman, and then we had Ilya. So I think we're on a three fight, you know, W streak where the fighter we pick is the fighter that wins, the fighter that comes out on top, and we're just gonna keep watching these fights, keep watching the styles of the fighters and see how they match up stylistically, and then we're gonna make our predictions. So yeah, if you guys ever would like to hear predictions or UFC talk, make sure you guys definitely tap into the Canvas Hub. We will be definitely bringing a lot more content back going forward. There will be a lot more coming back, so make sure you guys stay tuned for that. There's also been some crazy things happening in the NBA, but not to get off topic. Back in the first round of the Ilya Topouria Charles Olivera fight, they were going crazy. They were swinging crazy, and you know, Charles Olivera got cut early, and he was gushing. His face was red, and then Olivera took Topouria to the ground, and he really tried to get him in a leg lock, which almost succeeded. I'm not gonna lie. I think Olivera really should have tried harder for that leg lock. He almost had it, or at least keep him on the ground for a little bit longer. After that, Ilya Topouria finds his way to his feet and basically kicks Olivera in the leg a few times. You know, he wants him to get up. He's not going to go back down and try and grapple Olivera. So, you know, the referee, I believe it was Mark Goddard, made Olivera stand up, and they resumed the fight. And, you know, Ilya scored that knockout in great fashion. I think it's interesting that he has dismantled so many legends and really went this crazy moving up a division. I mean, he knocked out Alexander Volkanovski. He knocked out Max Holloway. Here he comes in. He looks undersized in the bigger division against the bigger man with larger reach. I found it interesting, though, that Olivera actually weighed in less than Topouria. He weighed in half a pound less, which I know half a pound is really not much, but, I mean, he's got like 3-4 inches of height on him, so I figured, like, he would be getting down to, like, 155 or whatever, you know, not like 154.5. But, anyways, great fight, very entertaining. Do I wish it would have went a little bit longer? Yes, but I am very happy with the outcome. Like I said, that's the third fight in a row that we have predicted the winner of. So we're on a roll. Gobble gobble, as they say in the bowling world, for a turkey. But we're on a roll. We're on a roll. We're gonna keep doing it. At the end of the fight, Paddy Pimblet came onto the stage and confronted Ilia Topouria, and they had a back and forth exchange. Um, you know, I think it started off a little lighthearted, but as Paddy Pimblet, the pimple of the UFC, walked closer to Ilia Topouria, things got more and more intense, and Paddy was starting to get up in Ilia Topouria's face. He started being the aggressor, in my opinion, first. Topouria was staying calm and collected, both belts on his shoulders, looking up, literally like Leonidas, him versus whoever comes at him. And, when push came to shove, Ilia shoved first and got him out of there. Security moved Paddy out, and Ilia got to celebrate the rest of his win. Joe Rogan came over, interviewed him a little bit, and then Ilia basically said, let's go celebrate. And Joe's like, all right, I'm done. And that's pretty much my recap of the fight. I thought it was a great fight, like I said. Happy with the outcome. And I would like to see Ilia fight Paddy next. However, I do have some concerns for Ilia Topouria in this new division because he did look undersized, and those leg kicks, I think if there's somebody that's really good at leg kicking, he's going to be finished, honestly, because he was really struggling at the beginning of that fight with Olivera. Even though it was only one or two, like Topouria even said in an interview leading up to this fight that, leg kicks have never been part of my arsenal, and I really struggle with defending against like body kicks and leg kicks. So, and then that showed in the fight after. So, I think, that could be a potential weakness, maybe something to work on now that at least you're conscious of that problem, and hopefully, you can get a camp in, or your trainers can maybe address that going forward. It's interesting. Really interesting, chat. I think Paddy Pimblet versus Ilia, it's so interesting. I don't know. They both have knockout power, in my opinion. I think I really want to see Ilia win again, but I feel like that fight could be a toss-up. But I would like to see Ilia win that fight as well. That would be good. Ilia's just like this guy, like I feel like everybody wants to win. He's like a good guy. He's not like really too much of a bad guy. In my opinion, if this was Star Wars, he'd be like Luke Skywalker, kind of. And Paddy Pimblet would be like Jabba the Hutt's little like bird sidekick. But it'll be interesting. The future of the UFC is definitely looking up with this win. They have a winner of a division moving up. He's really proven himself, so I'm sure that he's going to have a lot of people calling him out. Paddy's not his only option, as much as they can hype that up. If he wants to, he can probably fight somebody else, another big name. He could probably fight Arman, but I don't think that would be really that great of a matchup for him. Somebody who would just stick to straight wrestling and not really any striking. That might honestly go to Arman. So I think Topouria needs to get another win under his belt before he goes there. Goes that route. Maybe fight Paddy. I think Paddy's probably the biggest fight you can make at the moment. And a defeat over Paddy would really propel Topouria to the level that he wants to be, in my opinion. Because who else is going to be that much of a challenge besides, Armin if he beats Paddy Pimblet? I just don't see anybody that really would be a challenge in regards to actually threatening his, his run right now. I think he's just on too good of a run, and it's wild. Chat, did you guys hear that Kevin Durant got traded to the Rockets? It's actually crazy. He teamed up with Jeff Green again too. I just found that out earlier. NBA.com. Boom, 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 boom. This is the trade details. Yo, what up, Undead? The Phoenix Suns reportedly will trade their star, Kevin Durant. This trade went through, by the way. According to multiple reports, it ends weeks of speculation about where Durant would end up. Many teams were involved at various times, including Miami, Minnesota, but in the end, Phoenix took the Rockets' offer. The blockbuster deal will send guard Jalen Green, guard forward Dylan Brooks, 2025 number 10 pick Kaman Maluak, and 5 second-round picks to Phoenix. 5 second-round picks, kind of crazy. Yes, this is all it right here. So the Rockets get Kevin Durant. The Suns get Jalen Green, Dylan Brooks, the number 10 pick, the number 59 pick, 2 2026 second-round picks, a 2030 second-round pick via Boston, a 2032 second-round pick. That's pretty crazy in my opinion. And the Rockets really have a great roster, I'm not going to lie. I mean, they have Steven Adams over there still. They got a lot of great people over there. Can we see who's on their team last year? Rockets 2025 roster. I think this is 24, 25. Or no, they did update it. So this is all them currently right now. They got Steven Adams. This is really good, honestly. You know what would really be crazy is if Harden went back to the Rockets. Imagine, bro. That would be a championship-ready team. You got Fred VanVleet coming 6-man off the bench. You get Jeff Green coming off the bench. Dude, you could really make a lineup. I say they get rid of some of these people. Like, who the fuck are these people, bro? Like, get rid of some of these. There's literally, like, 5 centers on this roster. Get rid of, like, a center. Maybe, like, some of these role players. Get Harden back. And, I don't know, maybe get a role player or two to like fill out the people that you trade off, but definitely keep Fred VanVleet. He could be a great 6-man for them. Great 6-man. And yeah, I believe does anybody know how long Harden has left on his contract? Let me look it up real quick. Harden 2025. Contract. So I think this says that Los Angeles Times. Yeah, bro, I'm not gonna lie. Harden should definitely go back to the Rockets. 100%. Harden put up historic numbers in the Rockets, man. He really did. And pairing him with Kevin Durant, even though it didn't work out on Brooklyn, they got Steven Adams, bro. They're gonna be good. All he needs to do is go back to the Rockets, stay there, play with Kevin Durant, get a ring. You're chilling, bro. You're chilling. Hold on one sec. I do have the second pull up real quick. All right. Chat also the 2025 Double XL freshman class just got announced, and there's some interesting names on there. Not gonna lie, does not pull up. 2025 XL freshman. Who got on? So you got. Hold on, what the fuck? Ray Vaughn made it, bro. Literally how, bro? Literally how? I literally don't know a song other than him responding to Joey Badass, which is kind of crazy. I'm not gonna lie. Baby Chief do it. I feel like I've heard a few songs from them. I fuck with that pick. Eam Triplin's a good pick. He's been popping off for a few years. I feel like Double XL is always usually like a year late on their artists that they bring in. Like whenever an artist blows up, they always wait like a year after, and then they like pull them in. But it never makes any sense to me personally. Got 1900 Rugrat, which I think is a good pick. Samara Sin. Never heard a song from them in my life. I'm not gonna lie. Ian, this is good. This is probably gonna be their biggest name. Leangelo Ball, bro. What? I might swerve around that corner. Whoa, whoa. Love a shimmy. I don't know. I think there could have been better artists, bro. I'm not gonna lie. I feel like I've heard a few songs from him too. Decent pick, decent pick. Laser Dim, good pick. Paid, another good pick. This is like a waste of a spot. This is like a clout move for no reason. Like they should have picked somebody that could actually make the Double XL. But he's in jail. So it's like, why would they even pick him? And then the producer for this year will be Cardo Got Wings. The problem with Double XL, in my opinion, in 2025, and I feel like this has been said so many times, but I'm going to say it again, is like their lack of understanding of artists that are really popping off at the time they're popping off. I mean, to be honest with you, I don't even know if like any new artists have really even popped off this year. Like I haven't really. Music's been kind of dry, in my opinion, at least this year. From the newer artists, But I mean, maybe this is the best list they could come up with. I don't know. But it's always like I'm always like with these last few years of double XL, I'm like, damn, like who are they gonna get at this point? Like, like we have LiAngelo Ball making double XL before GTA 6. It's kind of crazy. I'm not gonna lie. I think Ian would be a solid pick. That's a W pick for them to have. 1900 Rugrat. That'd be cool if they kind of had a cipher together. They need to give Eam Triplin somebody with like his same vibe on the ciphers, so that's another thing about double XL is they always pair people up weirdly. I wish that they would pair artists together that would like rap somewhat the same. Anyways, I'm gonna go. It's getting late. I'll stream tomorrow. Just wanted to get on and stream and talk about the fight and everything.